Hi, everyone. So as Anthony said, we're NS1, an intelligent DNS and traffic management company. And we specialize in route optimization and traffic management. And I'll talk a little bit about that if I can figure out the clicker. It's simple. So I'm not going to read all this, but DNS will be the first to admit, kind of a boring technology. It's existed for a year longer than I have. But it hasn't really kept pace with the modern internet. It was kind of state of the industry a few years ago was a bit like a GPS system from the year 2000, where you could enter Home Depot or Dunkin' Donuts, and it would tell you which one the closest was, and if it was really fancy, maybe it had store hours, and it would not send you to one that was closed, but it had no idea what the lines were like in at the place that you wanted to go. It didn't know if the building was on fire, and it also, kind of the most obvious evolution of GPSs, thanks to Waze and Google Maps, I had no idea what the traffic was like from point A to point B. And so in the same way that those companies have kind of added intelligence into GPS technology, we're trying to do the same thing for the domain name system. And so how are we doing that? The first is technology called Pulsar, which is a telemetry-based routing engine. Basically, you can embed a little JavaScript snippet on your website to collect latency data from your end users, or you can instrument your application with APIs and beaconist data. So you can route on pretty much anything, throughput, latency, any kind of special metric that you want gathered from a browser. And the second way we're adding intelligence into DNS is actually kind of the route that has made Grafana so popular, and that is integrating with tons of third-party services. So you can ship us AppDex data from New Relic, or if you're on Amazon, you can plug your CloudWatch monitors directly into our system, so you don't have to kind of reinvent monitoring in our platform. You can use your kind of best-in-breed, already set up stuff to enact traffic management decisions. And so the final piece of tying that all together is what we call the filter chain. And so these are little rules that you attach to regular RFC-compliant DNS records. And for every single request we get for the record, we will run through the filter chain, and what comes out the other end is sort of the optimally computed answer. So just a quick example of this. Let me make it bigger. Let's say we've got two data centers, one in California, one in New York, and we want to build a little content delivery network. We could just go and add a geo-target filter and maybe some health checks, and this can be our native health checking or some third-party system. And then finally, we just want to return a single answer to stay RFC compliant. So that's all there is to enact sort of the policy changes or add your sort of business logic to a record. The other thing I wanted to quickly mention is we have an app in Grafana.net now. So you can install it off of the App Store, find it in your plugin and app section, click on it, and if the internet is working, enter an API key from Grafana from NS1, really easy to create in both systems. And we actually offer record level statistics for every single DNS record in our system. And so this is a really useful thing. You can view this in our portal, but we find our customers like to have it alongside key operational dashboards. DNS is the ingress point to many of your applications, is a good indicator of attacks or interesting traffic fluctuations. Or if you want to decommission an application or a server, you can just watch the graph go to 0, make sure nothing is requesting it, and then nuke from orbit. So that is it. We will be over in the presenter's pen today and tomorrow, so come by, say hello, and happy to talk about any of this stuff. Thanks.